Hey, what's up everybody? It's Joe at the Oval Cog here. I have got a new project I'm extremely excited about, and so I'm going to show that to you. It's the beginning of February. We got like 18 inches of snow out here, and but I just got to get out here and at least start a little something on this project. So it is the last of the Ironheads. It's a 1985 Harley Sportster XL-H, and so I'm going to show you the bike, and then just go through this project with you. So here we go. Oh my goodness. Now, you know, obviously when I bought it, it had the traditional Sportster seat on it, so I took that off already and sold that on eBay, and because I'm gonna put a Springer seat on this one. But you know, I got this for a great deal. You know, it's missing some things. The only thing I've gotten for it so far is a new speedometer. So the other one wasn't functioning, but these buttons, a lot of these buttons don't work, and you can see, you know, just, you know, the janky wiring, cut wires, but it's really in great shape. So I'm gonna start it for you because it does start up, and you know, I haven't decided on what I'm going to do as far as the engine goes. You know, we'll get it out of there and see if it's leaking or what's going on with that. So. What I've got, okay? I've got the progressive. I got some progressive 11-inch rear shocks for it, and basically I want to get the bike disassembled. So I want to be riding it this summer, but I need to get it disassembled. But before I do that, I'm not going to modify the frame at all, but I want to, you know, put a Springer bobber seat on, and so I just need to weld, you know, to make the base of that seat before I dismantle it, so that you know, I can have it powder coated. So I'm thinking I'm just going to have to add a tab here, weld a tab in here. For that, maybe one up here as well, and I'll have to cut that off, but obviously I don't want to do much more than that to it. So that's where I'm at, but I'm just going to get started on that. So alright, I was originally going to put that fender on, and it wasn't fitting the way I wanted it to, so I went ahead and bought this, and I've just cut out the base for my seat, so I just want to be able to cover this up. So the only thing I'm really going to modify here is I'm going to weld a tab on right here to bolt this down on right here, and I cut this off so that this seat pan would sit flush. So that's probably the main modification I'm going to do. And I've got some work to do on the engine, and then I'll get that frame powder coated. So the problem down here is I've got a bolt broken off in the points, and I actually tried to get it off already once, and I have a easy out stuck in there. So unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to pull that side cover off and take it to a machine shop and have them get it out. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to plug away here and I'll catch up with you. Alright, it's a little update here. So I just put a tab on the back of that and welded my tab right there. And I really want this to be as tight as possible. So I gotta push it up. And I have no wiggle back and forth up top because the width of my piece that's holding it in there, that angle iron is the width of the frame when it gets up here. So that's going to keep me from side to side. I just need to center it and drill a hole in this tab. And then what I'll do is, once I drill this hole, I'll tack a bolt on underneath here, and then I'll just be able to mount my Springer seat to this and just bolt that sucker down. Once I get the engine out of it and get ready to powder coat the frame, I'll put a bead underneath this. So that's where we are. Basically, I got out here one day and just stripped this thing down and wanted to just get it to the powder coat place, so I didn't take any video, but here I got the old Vtwin out, and right now I'm just, taking these side covers off. So this side cover is real tricky. When you take these off, you got to pull the push rods out because there's pressure going down onto the cams. There's 4 different cams, and so you take them out, and then I got a hair tie around these to hold them up so they don't drop down into the engine. And then I guess to split this, it needs to come straight off because of the shafts in here. You can't pry this thing off or anything like that. You'll ding this surface and get an oil leak. So what I did is I used a couple of these razor blades, and I just put them down in this crack like this, and then I gently drove them in, one over here, one over here, one under here, and it separated it, and I was able to pull it off. So that's where I'm at. And basically I'm just going to re-gasket this unless I get into the head and find that there's a major problem in there. But that's where I'm at, and just disassemble, that's all I've really done. Here's a couple shots of the motor. I did put a new magneto clutch basket and clutches in it. I got a V-Factor clutch basket with a stainless steel ring in it that holds the magnets in place so there's no chance of failure. I also did the base gaskets as well, and a little black paint for the jugs. I know I'm kind of past some of this up, but I'm too excited to stop and video, so I apologize. But basically what I've done is I've got some 11-inch rear shocks that are what are they? Oh, Progressive. Yeah, those are good shocks. I got this frame powder coated. It was $180, and basically the engine I have just taken apart and cleaned. I took the top end apart just to check the condition of it, and it looks good. I put some new base gaskets on it, and I got a gasket kit right here from who's these guys? Big Bike Gaskets. And I really like this setup, and they seem to be good gaskets. I mean, everyone recommends Cometic, but this has been impressive. So right now I'm working on the points. So I took out the electronic ignition and I'm converting it to points. So I'm going to put that in and run my wire up behind here before I put this other side cover on. And so I'm just putting it together, I'm getting rid of my controls. I'll show you a little more of that, and what I plan to do with the paint scheme on this thing. I did get some new tires for it. You all know that, tires are important. I got the Firestone ANS. They're just a vintage style tire, and I think they're going to be sweet on here. So let's keep you updated as I go. I think I showed you the seat I'm putting on it. A custom made seat right here. So this sucker is made to fit right in here. See my latch under the front right there? Just slides right up in there. It's tight. And then I got one bolt going through the center. I'll bolt that down, and that'll be my seat. So I'm going to cover that and put a rim around the bottom of it and a little bar, but I'll show you that. So here we are. Alright, I've got a little bit of a mock-up here with the seat and tank. I started zip stripping that. I got a nice little spot of Bondo there. Try to pull that dent out. But here's what I'm gonna try to do here. I'll show you. It's like whoever designed these Harleys, it's like they did the oil routing after they put the engine in. So as you know, so that's not good oil flow. I don't like that. So I either need to carry it down here or put a spring around it. But I've got an idea, and so I just want to show you this because I think it's worthwhile. All right, so this is what my plan is. All right, so what I've got is a compression fitting with a 3/8 NPT thread on the end of it. So from what I can tell, this will screw right into or bolt right into my fitting on my bike. So here's one of the fittings from another part of it. So this is how I check the thread. So these are the same threads. So in theory, I can take this out, put this in, and then I've got a 3/8 compression fitting in this end. So I've got this 3/8 copper. It's really refrigerator line. So in theory, I should be able to replace that hose with a piece of copper line, and then I can squeeze it actually between the mount and the engine, and definitely have a better setup. So I'm going to go for that right now, and I did find the proper fitting, so you could see it. Wait a minute. A metal line coming there. That's a good shot. Coming down, so that's it. I went ahead and put a copper one here too because I like that.